Good morning student. Now we will start with the next chapter, that is chapter number 9, that is reproduction in animals. Now what do you mean by a reproduction? The word reproduction means reproduce, means something is getting into a new, means producing from a original one, that is called reproduce. So first we will continue with the introduction. Now all the living organisms have an instinct to live their lives safely and comfortably. Every living organism lives for a limited period of time and then they die. Means some of the, like me only, we have a certain time period of living, and after that when we are growing old, then we have a die. Before death, each organism multiplies and produces new organism of its own kind, means same kind of organism. Means if hen is there, so the when the hen will reproduce, so the chicken will be there, so same product will be there and survive through its young one, that is called offspring. Offspring means the new one that is arising. This is a survival instinct. The survival instinct is helped by the process of the reproduction. Now, reproduction is one of the most important characteristics of the life. In nature, life begets life. Life new comes from the pre-existing life. Reproduction is a search of living things similar to the parents from the existing. Means if some parents are there, means if dog is there, so when the dog will reproduce, the puppy will be there. So this is essential for the continuation of the species. Means it is why reproduction is essential, because it helps in the continuity of the further generation after generations. So in case of reproduction does not take place in any of the existing species, the species may become extinct from the earth. If the reproduction will not there, so what will happen? So the new existing species will be not found, means they may be lost. Then modes of reproduction, there are two modes of reproduction, that is asexual reproduction and the sexual reproduction. Asexual means only a single parent is required, and in the sexual reproduction means two parents are required, that is both male and female. So as in plant, you have to keep in mind that certain organisms include cells which can multiply directly without the formation of the reproductive cell. So they can multiply by directly only. So gametes are there. So and then there are the organisms which reproduce with the help of the formation of the sex cells or the reproduction cell which form male and the female gametes. So now we will learn further. So what is now asexual reproduction in animal? So asexual, I have told you, only single parent is required for the reproduction, and it may be in the animal also and in plants also. So in the process of asexual reproduction, a single parent gives rise to the new individual without the involvement of the gametes or the sex cells. There is no involvement of male and the female gametes. So a single parent is required, so two gametes are not required here, means male and female cells are not required. So some example of asexual reproduction is seen in amoeba and hydra. So amoeba and hydra are they are the examples of the asexual reproductions in the animals. So asexual reproduction take place under a favorable condition. Some favorable condition is required for getting the reproduction. So when water and food is available in plenty and the temperature conditions are also favorable, asexual reproduction is the fast process of multiplication in comparison to the sexual reproduction. Means sexual reproduction takes some time to getting reproduced, but in the asexual reproduction, if all the material, all the requirements, favorable requirements are there, so they can easily reproduce fast. Now asexual reproduction in amoeba, we will study asexual reproduction in amoeba because two examples are given in your book, that is your amoeba and hydra. So first we will study about the amoeba. Amoeba again it is an animal. So asexual reproduction in amoeba is by the process of binary fission. So different process of asexual reproduction is there. So amoeba reproduce by the binary fission. Binary fission means bi means two, fission means breaking. So splitting into two parts. If one amoeba is there, so if binary fission take place in amoeba means the whole body is divided into the two equal parts, 1 and 2 parts. Then amoeba, the unicellular organism, unicellular because the amoeba is a single cell organism and multiply by the simple division of the cell into two. The division of the cell to form a two new cell is called the binary fission. So binary, see here the diagram is given here. So that is a parent cell, only a single parent cell is there. Then the nucleus, the main part nucleus, that is brain, it is splitting into the two parts. Again it is splitted into the two part, nucleus divided into two part, and body is now cytoplasm is dividing into two cells and two daughter cells are there. So they divide independently. Why? Because of the favorable condition which they require to breaking down. Then the asexual reproduction in hydra. Now we will study about hydra because two examples are there. So asexual reproduction in hydra take place by the budding. Means some bud is coming out from the body, and after the bud is grown up into the old, then it is stuck directly. So asexual reproduction in hydra take place by the process? By the budding process. So hydra is a multicellular aquatic animal with a soft cylindrical body. It bear a tentacles, means these are called the tentacles. Here the diagram is there, this is called tentacles surrounding its mouth, which is toward the top of the body. Generally hydra remains attached to the leaf or the stem of the other aquatic plant or a base. Some base is required which they have their body stuck to there. So the purpose of reproduction of budding, one or more bud bulges out from the lateral side. So if one animal, means this is hydra, so this is hydra, so some bud comes from here also and here also. That's why it is called multicellular organism. One or more bud, then the baby hydra separate out from the body of the parent, forming in like here. One bud is coming here, and then when this is growing old, then it separates itself. So hydra multiplies rapidly by producing many hydra buds. So like this, the amoeba and the hydra are the asexual reproduction examples of the animal. Now we are coming to the sexual reproduction in animal. Asexual means only the single parent is required. Now in sexual reproduction means the two parents are required, that is male and the female gamete cells, they are required. So the production of the new organism from two parents using the gamete is called sexual reproduction. So in the process of sexual reproduction among the animal, there are male and the female, means two organisms are required that are opposite sexes, that is male and the female. So male bear a male reproductive organ and the female bear the female reproductive organ, and the male gives the male gamete, that is called sperms, and the female bear the eggs called the ova or ovum. So the male gamete unites and fuses with the egg of the female, and it is a union of the male gametes with the egg which unite to form a zygote. So zygote cell divides and redivides to form an embryo. Embryo develop into the new young when, okay, I am telling in you simple language that if the male cell is there and the female cell is there, when they mated together, after mating together they fertilize, the egg is fertilized and the zygote, one single cell with two cell, one single cell is formed and that single cell is reproducing into the new one, that is called, we give name, that is the embryo, and then embryo develop into the young one like this. This is a sperm cell, that is a male cell, and the fertilization of the ovum is there. Then the what is oviparous and the viviparous. So there are two types of organism, are there, that is viviparous and the oviparous. Oviparous means the animals which are giving birth, not giving birth directly, means they are producing the egg, and the viviparous are the organism which are giving birth to the young one, like in oviparous the example is hen. Hen is giving first what the hen is giving, egg, then the egg is getting produced and after that it getting developed and the chick is there. And in the viviparous, like the dog is giving a dog or any other cat, they are giving a birth to the young animal. So we know that the most animal lay eggs from which young ones comes out, while some animals give directly birth to the young one, like insects, cockroach, turtle, mosquito, many examples birds are there. So they reproduce the eggs. So they are called oviparous animals, and the animal which give birth to the young one, they are called viviparous animal. Now the next topic is reproduction in oviparous animals. Now how the reproduction is taking place in the oviparous animals, because oviparous animals are giving the egg, first they are laying egg, after that they are getting developed. So insects, worms, frogs, fish, snake, turtle, birds and many more, they are called the viviparous animals. So we have learned similarly about the life cycle of the silkworm. Here we will study the silk moth, silkworm moth and the butterfly. So we will study the life cycle, how they are getting, first how they are getting laying the egg, after how when they are breaking down and how they are developing up. Now you see reproduction in butterfly. Now first we will study how butterfly, because butterfly always lay the eggs and they lay 1,000 eggs at a time. So in butterfly, male and females are separated. So male and female is separated and sexual reproduction take place between them. So the female lay eggs. Who lay eggs? Female lay eggs. Before laying, the eggs are fertile within the body of the mother. The fertilization takes place inside the body of the female with the sperm from the father, that is a male. The egg laid are actually a zygote. So the egg lays, the eggs are coming out from the female body, that are called the zygotes. So fertilization in insect is internally. The fertilized egg gave rise to the larva. So after that, when the egg is coming out from the body of the female, after when it is forming, then the larva is formed, that are called caterpillars, and which mature into the pupa and then the adults. Means this big life cycle of the adult butterfly is there. First, the male and the female eggs are mated together. Then one egg is formed, that is called zygote. when zygote is coming out from the female body, then after that egg is getting developed and converting into the larva. So here the structure is not clear, so I am explaining you. Then the larva is formed. After the larva is formed, and larva is formed in the worm form, like in a caterpillar. After a caterpillar, small butterfly is made, that is called pupa. After pupa, then the next adult butterfly is completed. So this is a life cycle of the butterfly. Then the reproduction in mosquito. So how mosquito get reproduced? So like this only, mosquito also lay eggs. They lay thousands of eggs in the water, in a pond. So like this, the adult mosquito is there. Adult mosquito, again it is laying egg. They lay a egg nest. After that, the eggs that develop into the larva, small larva worms type is formed. After that, the pupa is formed, then the adult mosquito is formed. So this is the whole life cycle of the mosquito, like here. So in mosquito, the stages of the life cycle are same as a butterfly or a moth. So they are same. So in mosquito, fertilization is internal. Hundreds of eggs are laid in the water. Larva, like a caterpillar, comes out from the egg. Larvae in mosquitoes are also called vultures, since they are seen going down and coming up in water in which they get developed. If you want to see these larvae, you can store a dirty water in some glass for 4-5 days, where the mosquito easily get breeded. So there you can see the larva of this. Then they give rise to the surface of the water for breathing. And vultures are easily identified and show the breeding in the mosquito. Then the pupa is seen as if the suspended form from the water surface. They breathe through the minute tubes coming out from the water. Then the life cycle completed to the 4 stages. So 4 stages life cycle is here. First is the egg which female is producing, that is called zygote. After that, the larva is formed, like in a form of a caterpillar. Then the pupa is formed, then the adult. So the transformation of the larva into the adult through stages is called metamorphosis. Means from larva till adult, this process is called the metamorphosis. Now like this, the reproduction in frog is also there, because frog also lay eggs, always they lay eggs. So frog is an oviparous animal, means they lay egg, that's why it is a oviparous animal. The female frog, which with the belly full of egg, lay hundreds of eggs they are producing. So enclosed in a jelly in water netted in the shore. The jelly with the egg is called swan. So what is swan? The jelly with the egg, that is called swan. The male shed sperm over the eggs in the swan, and the swan either fall upon the egg or they swim to reach the eggs. One sperm fuses with one egg. Fusion of the sperm with the egg take place in the water, and the egg is fertilized. The production of fertilization is zygote. The fertilization takes place in water or outside the body of the mother. So fertilization is not internal. So this is a life process. So here the frog is there, the eggs are there, then the embryo is formed, then the tadpole is formed, tadpole with 2 legs, only the 2 legs of tadpoles are there, then the tadpole with 4 legs, because always frog is having the 4 legs. So 4 legs, after that, after 2 legs, when 2 legs is developed, after that 4 legs is develop here. After that the full adult frog is formed. So this is a life cycle of the frog. Then the metamorphosis in frog. So how metamorphosis take place in the frog? Because the fertilized egg in frog mature when while in water into the tadpole. I have told you. So which is like a fish with gills and a thin and a tail fin and remain swimming in water. It then develop a pair of a forelimb. Gradually the tadpole loses its tail and gills. So it loses its tails and gills and replaced with the lungs in the development of a two hind limbs. Means when the tadpole is after two-leg tadpole is formed, after the two-leg more is formed, that is called the hind limbs, the pair of leg, to become the adult frog, because adult frog has a four-leg. Then the reproduction in birds and hen. Now how hen and bird is reproduced, we will study in our next lecture. Till then you can watch this much video, and if you have any problem you can ask me on the WhatsApp.